Thank you for turning to page 121. Today we're going to take a brief look at the history of High Passage, a ticket to traveler adventure by FASA Publishing. I have issues 2, 3, 4, and 5 of 5. Issue 1 is pretty rare. It had a print run of about 1,000. High Passage magazine, this is according to Shannon Appelcline, so this is not information that I necessarily know. Shannon Appelcline's a well-known biographer of role-playing games. He's done a definitive work on the history of Traveler, and High Passage is definitely part of that. This started as some high schoolers who loved the game of Traveler and had graphic arts class that went ahead and they published High Passage number 1. The magazine didn't do great, but it caught the attention of some of the folks at FASA, and FASA was a new company at the time trying to figure out what they were going to be publishing. But at the time, they were a Traveler licensee. So the magazine was rolled under the FASA umbrella, and at the time, licensees were given little chunks of the Traveler universe to have as their very own little reserve, and High Passage was given the old expanses. So most of the adventures and writing and such in here, this copy belonged to a man named Dennis Reeder at one point. This is all attached to the old expanses. High Passage ran from 81 to 83, and editorial comments on the address on Central in Oak Lawn. That's the Keith brothers' house. That's where they used to live. It's kind of neat. That's not too far from where my wife was raised. That might not be their house, but that's right near where they were. But in any case, so you got your regular set of articles in here, which were a lot of fun. Very well written, very well illustrated, characters all over the place. I'm not going to go through each one, but for $4.50, which was pretty pricey at the time, 1981, $4.50 was, well, that was more than I was making in an hour. So I'll just show issue 1, issue 2. I love the back artwork on this guy. Issue 2, rather that was issue 2, issue 3. Well, that's kind of neat. Issue 4, and issue 5. Unfortunately, by the time issue 5 rolled around, some of the strain of doing the magazine and some creative differences kind of led to the magazine dissolving. Plus, by 83, which is when High Passage stopped publishing, FASA had a line on the Star Trek role-playing game. This one actually is listed as 82, so it's probably late 82. So the magazine was only around for a little over 2 years. But it was a very quality book. I enjoy a lot of the stuff in here, especially if you're looking for old expanses information, and who isn't. This is pretty good stuff. Now, as to canon, I have no idea if any of this is still canon or not. I haven't really gone that deep into my reading on old expanses to see what the heck is going on as far as if it's still canon, if it's been replaced. A lot of this old stuff from 81 now through 83 has been replaced simply because it's aged and some things have changed in the Traveler universe. A lot of the Judges Guild stuff, I think all of it, is no longer canon. Judges Guild was published in the late 70s and early 80s. And that's kind of a shame because some of the Judges Guild stuff was fun. And I enjoyed High Passage. I'm going to just page through this one real quick. By the way, if you're noticing a little bit of a theme with me lately, that is nostalgia / paging through, that's what I'm in. I've really been interested in reading some of my old Traveler stuff. I've pulled it out and I've gone through it, and I thought, well, what the heck? I may as well just show some of the stuff on the channel. And the cover depicts a group of pirates attacking the Tama facility. There you go. Doesn't say what the back cover does. $3 for this guy. I bought a few of these at the time in the early 80s. I grabbed 1 or 2 of these. I couldn't tell you which ones I grabbed. But this was not an easy to find magazine. It did not have the distribution of JTAZ, but it was still a lot of fun. So we're going to take a look at contents for issue number 2, a briefing, and then we get the Cobra Conspiracy, a feature adventure. And we keep going through the feature adventure. Oh, it's a long adventure. I like adventures like this. I remember reading it. I couldn't tell you anything about it now. I read it back then. Rumors, world rumors. I like nice rumors section If I can't have my Taz News service, I'll settle for this. Library data is always useful. Not a ton of artwork, as you see, but that was common from the early 80s. The artwork that's in here I think is great. I love that picture. Starship encounters for referees. Removing the fighter, let's see, aside from standard Starship. Okay. And then contacting the rebels, running the adventure. We have a Pirate Corsair available from FASA also. Their Starship series, I think of these, I only have the King Richard. I have Action Aboard, and I think I have Ordeal by Eshar. I don't have any of the computer stuff. The Pirate Corsair with a nice deck plan. A Grav APC, Armored Personnel Carrier. An AH-15 Aggressor Attack Helicopter, Tech Level 9 helicopter. A Mark Miller interview, because why not? And some small arms. And then a nice look at a subsector. So there you have it. That's all you got, or that's what you got for your... I paid $3 for this. I think the original was $4.50. I think it had gone to $4.50. Yep, $4.50 on the later issues. So $4.50 was pretty pricey, especially when you consider that JTAZ was selling for at the same time for about $3.25. Dragon Magazine was selling for $3. $4.50 for a smaller book and a pamphlet size at that was pricey, and that could be some of the reason why it didn't sell real well. I realized they had to cover costs and make a profit on it, but that could be why it didn't do great. But I enjoy this magazine. I like pulling these out and reading through. I don't care about canon in this regard. If I like it, it's canon. If I don't like it, it's not canon. That's how I've always role played. But let me know what you think. If you've had any experience with the High Passage magazine, or if there's some info in here that I should highlight and maybe page through these others sometime in the future, let me know. But that's all I've got today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Tell your friends. I want to keep the channel growing. Also take a look at Patreon, see if there's anything you can do to help me out there. But that's it for today. I'll see you next time on page 121.